do not cut all the way through the tip. See if I can find some hair. So we know they don't cut the tip, so that's where we're going to test them, and they're just pushing at the tip. They're just rough. They just need they need some sharpening. They need some love. So I already ran them through the ultrasonic cleaner. I've got 5 pair here, three pairs of Salon Shears and 2 pairs of thinning shears from Barber. So we'll just do a little visual inspection. We need a new bumper on that for sure. I may leave it though. It's not clicking, so I'm gonna leave it. Hey Yusuf, what's going on, brother? What's going on in Morocco today? Casablanca. So I need to find my little container. I'm gonna switch containers here. I'm gonna lay that right there. I'm gonna clean this container first. This is nasty. What time is it there now? Late afternoon, evening? Yeah, these are nasty. All right, so that is 3:43, almost 4 in the evening, 4 in the afternoon. All right, we're gonna try to clean those there. These are nasty. You can see all the nasty stuff in these. Well, I appreciate everybody joining me. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button. Let's get the algorithm working here. This is going to be a fairly long live stream. Thought I'd just turn the camera on and see what everybody's doing out in the world. Did some whetstone maintenance a little earlier, so I was ready. I knew this guy was coming to drop these off. It's for a local barber shop, actually. Guy called me yesterday and asked me if I could get them done today. I said, yep, no problem. Said it's not too busy right now. I don't have any appointments in the salons this morning. Mondays and Tuesdays are my slowest days. So the ride lines are not too bad. So we're just going to do a little work on them. Light pressure, fresh stone. I got a little something right there that I don't like in that ride line. A little extra downward pressure right over that spot. You know what I didn't do is I didn't check the set. So let's do that. Looks pretty good. Amen. So, just got a little bit of work on the ride lines to do. Hey Chris, what's going on in Montana? All right, I think that looks good. We're going to leave that alone. Sweet. So I've got a little area right there and a little area at the tip where it wasn't cutting. I can see some damage on the ride lines. Getting there. Same spot on both blades, have a thin ride line. Well, 21 people watching out there. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button, get that algorithm for the YouTube working, maybe get more people watching. More people watch, the more income we get from the channel. All right, that looks good. All right, it's gonna get noisy. I have to turn the dust collector on. Wow. All right. All right, I think we're good. All right, I think we look pretty good on that blade. How's everybody doing out there today? If you're watching, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're so inclined, subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. I think we're good. Move my light around here. I can't, looks, I saw something. I think it's okay. Light is your friend when you're sharpening. All right, looks good. Come back to this in a minute. Well, I appreciate y'all watching. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. We're doing salon or barber shears this morning for a local shop. We also sharpen clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. Still see just a little something there. I have 5 pair to do this session. That's how many you dropped off. And then I got, somebody else said they were going to bring me some today. We'll see if the other girl shows up. It's got 2 pair. I think that's fine. I'm going to leave it. It's been very slow. Kind of bummed out about it. And then next week is spring break here in Texas. My wife will be off, and so I'll take a couple of days off next week. All right, I think that looks fine. You want the shop machine? Is that who you were thinking about going with? Since he's in Idaho, Mitch. I'll email you the information or text it to you. I'll send it to you, Chris. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but there's a seminar show in Las Vegas in May that Mitch will be at, and several other good trainers around the country will be there. I'm going to it. All right, I think we're good. Hey, Jim. These things were pretty dirty. Had them soaking in alcohol. And I ran these through the ultrasonic cleaner, but they were that dirty. Typical barber shop. I see something there in that pivot area. Correct, yeah, the above shear show. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll learn a few things. There was 2 washers on this one, so I'm gonna need to back that out. All right, we're putting them back together after sharpening them, and we're gonna see how they cut. Hey, Jeff. What's going on out there? put that there. This is dirty. I'm gonna use the air compressor to blow this out. Having to work today, huh? Oh man. So we're not cutting through the tip, and they had a lot of resistance. They're just cutting like butter now. That'll be good. I hear Alex is a good trainer. All right, the wet tissue test was perfect. Let's find some hair. All right. There we go. Cutting crisp now. They were not cutting at the tip, they were pushing hair. Now they're cutting. Awesome. All right, so we got one pair done. Do our final adjustment, do a little lube on them. I'm gonna do one more click. Feel good. Final wipe down. All right, so that's one pair done. So we have 5 pairs to do. I like to put my little rubber band around them, keep them closed. All right, here's the 1-ply test. Watch. There's no cut whatsoever. So that's a very dull pair of shears. And see, it just pushes the hair. That's got to be frustrating. All right, it's our job to fix them. Huge nick right there. Ride lines look okay. It's got ride lines. They have been sharpened before. I can tell right there that they've been sharpened. Make sure they have all the pieces. Click plates there. You can see the dirt inside there. Got the washer. That needs to be soaked. It's pretty filthy inside. See if we can clean them a little bit in the alcohol. Stir them up a little bit. Like I said, I ran them through the ultrasonic cleaner. That's how dirty they were. the heated ultrasonic cleaner didn't even get them clean. All right, the ride lines are not terrible, but we're going to work them a little bit first anyway, just to clean the edge up. And just for kicks, check the set. I think we got a good set. Just some damage there at the tip. Reposition my fingers a little bit there. Almost there. A little bit more. Looks good. We got a clean ride line. So YouTube has evidently changed their algorithm when it comes to live streams, because the participation is 0 now compared to the way it was a month or two ago, and before a month or two ago. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm going to keep doing the live streams. Doesn't cost me anything. And if I pick up subscribers, great. If I don't, I'm fine with that too. Yep, I don't know what happened. If I use the webcam, I get 0. They don't push out the webcam. They only push out the mobile phone. That looks good. That's right, with the marker, I can feel the damage. Oh, like I said, Chris, it doesn't cost me anything to do this, and I enjoy chit-chatting back and forth with you guys. I probably would quit if it took any effort to do this. All right, I got a pretty good burr, I think. I did heat that blade up, though. These are convex edge. Yeah, that's the problem with me, too. Somebody calls and jacks up the live stream, kicks everybody off. Looks good. It's all fun and games, man. It's all fun and games. Like my dad used to say, it's all fun and games till somebody gets their eye poked out. Got a good burr. Trying to flip it over. That's where that chamois comes in handy, right there. Getting that burr off of there. The microfiber towel doesn't always get it. But this little piece of leather really works good in my opinion. That looks good. A little bit more. I think we're good. Very light burr, but there's a burr. All right, a little issue with the tip there. I think I worked it out. I get all of mine from either Wolf Industries or Dennis Brooks, and mine's a six. This is a 6-inch. All right, I think it looks good. I think we got everything off of it. Got the burr off. All right, we're golden. We're golden, golden. Now you guys can't see it, but I have a ton of light surrounding me. And so when I look at this edge, I'm looking for any refractions of light, where there's any damage still left on the blade, any burrs left on the blade, and I don't see any. I've got a clear ride line, everything looks good. If I see any refractions of light, I call them starbursts, little pings of light, then I know there's an issue that I missed. So we're ready to go back to the stones. It won't take a lot here because we do have a nice ride line already established. And I can see the way the water moves on the stone that I've got it right. And it looks great. Clean ride line, can y'all see that? Look how nice that ride line looks. All the way to the tip, nice and even. Didn't wash out the tips. It's got a nice hollow grind on it. This was a fairly good shear. Now this blade, I had a little issue with the tip, and I can tell I need to work the tip just a little bit. So that's why I moved my finger a little forward on that tip with a little extra downward pressure. And I'm just slightly thin at the tip, just a hair. Everything else looks good. So I'm going to work the tip and the pivot. And I got it. I got the tip looking good now. Just takes a little bit, so we're good. Like I said, before I started this live stream, I did I flattened all the stones. So that ride line is like a mirror, and that's what I wanted. A little issue right there. I'm going to take my Dremel tool and try to clean that little spot up. Then go back to the stone. So that's some pitting right there. They've left them wet, and there's some pitting at the J. Not much I can do about that. All right, we're good. We're going to move on. All right, we got some tension on them now. Still not cutting great. Still got an issue. All right, I polished them a little bit more. And there we go. Sometimes all it takes is going back to that polishing wheel and hitting it a couple of times. I still got an issue at the tip on the wet tissue. And maybe a tension issue too. Still got another little trick up my sleeve. I got a super fine polishing pad. There we go. All right, let's see it cut hair. That's all we care about. The tissue just tells me where I've left a burr. Look at that. How's that cut? I think we're good. All right, so those are done. Do our final adjustment here. I think those are good. They're not slamming closed. All right. Another pair. Do not cut. And I think he's got an issue already with the bumper. I'm going to replace that bumper before we get started because it's clicking. So I'm going to put a rubber bumper in it. We'll let it sit a second. I can see the damage on this one. All right, let's find our bumpers. I want a pretty tiny bumper to go in it. I think that one's going to work. I won't even have to glue it in there, it's so tight. Nope, that's going to be too small. I made the shear close too far. That one's perfect. All right, so let me glue it in there. All right, so we're gonna let that sit. We'll go do the other pair. Go back, get the thinning shears while these dry. See, they're pulling the hair. What I like to use is an end wrap. I can see where the problem is. And see, that's not cutting all the way through that end wrap. It should cut all the way through. So they're dull. They're just dull. "56 people watching out there. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. Tell me where you're watching from. Appreciate everybody keeping me company during this live stream. Hope you're having a great day wherever you're at. All right, I'm gonna need to replace that washer. Look at that. See, it's broken. So y'all remind me at the end to make sure I find a new washer. Southern California. Well, thanks for watching, Javier. Javier, did you send me an email? Did you and I talk? You have a sharpening service in Southern California, if I remember right. Awesome, thank you very much. I appreciate you tuning in. All right, so we still got some issues. Sweet, awesome. I think you'll be happy with both of them. All right, we're getting there. Still just need to work that ride line a little further. We've got a nice ride line till about right there. And I'd like it a little wider and a little cleaner right along that edge. Javier, did I send you my procedures on shears and clipper blades? I know I sent you something, but I can't remember what I sent you. And if you found it helpful or not. Chris, this is 1,000 grit. It's doing the heavy lifting. I'm almost there. I just got a little bit of area right there I don't like. And it's not like they're going to be cutting down here. It's just me being OCD that I'd like to have a little cleaner ride line before I go to the flat hone. All right, I think that's the best I'm going to get that. So I'm going to move on. So I've still got to come back to the stone anyway, so I think I'm okay. Javier, don't take my instructions as gospel, please. It is getting warm in the shop. It's 78. I'm going to have to turn the fans on. More noise. I already got the dust collector on. Sorry about that, guys, but it's getting hot in here. It's humid. It's 78 degrees and 78% humidity. Rip it and rip it on this one. Awesome. That's one pass on that 320 and it gets you a nice edge. And I got something to work with. These are convex edge thinning shears. That looks good. Sometimes things just work out. Looks good. We're going to need this one later. All right, I think I got a clean edge. Let's go back to the stones. Oh, that looks fantastic. I got a clean ride line all the way through the J, all the way through the tip where I did not have before. But I'm going to work this blade also. It's a little rough right in there. I don't see any issues, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Still see a little something there. I think I got it. Well, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. Hope you subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. All right, I think we got both of them looking good. Let's go to the fine stone now. All right, somebody's calling in, so that's going to kick it. They're going to leave a voicemail message. It's going to shut down, but y'all hang on. Don't bail out. Not yet. But when they leave a message, it shuts down the YouTube feed, locks it up. I need to get a second phone is what I need to do. That looks good. Feels good. Looks good. Let's hope it cuts good. I like to ramp these teeth a little bit. Just a hair with a very fine emery board. You could use the pink stone if you wanted to. And I take my little brush. Clean those teeth out. All right, so we needed a new washer, right? Y'all were supposed to be mine. That washer's too small. It is. I think that one's going to work right there. There we go. Feels a lot smoother. There we go. All right, let me put this box up before I knock it over. We'll adjust those and test them. They feel better. They're cutting better than they were. Hair is all that counts. And we may have some tension. Need to adjust the tension. Still catching. I still feel just a little catch. They're cutting. They weren't cutting before. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the wheel and buff them a little bit more. Now they're cutting right. So I just missed a burr or something on there. But that's the way they're supposed to cut now. That's a thinning shear. All right, let's do the other thinning shear, and then we'll come back to that shear. We'll finish with that. Since we had to glue a new bumper in there, all right, be right back. So here's another thinning shear. Well, these are cutting a little better than the other ones. There's just a little pull. You can see it's not cutting as much, and it's got a little pull right there. Let's see if we can make them better. Hey, next time you get down here, Katie's, that's a good ways away, but it's not that bad. It's probably about a 45 minutes to an hour away. But yeah, come on down, man. You got my number and everything, so if you're in Texas, holler at me. Man, somebody hollowed that out. All right, let's do a little work. I don't think we have a ride line at all. You see that? This thinning shear is very thin. It's been sharpened to death. All right, so we got a bride line now. Can you see that? And that's all I'm going to do on this one to begin with, because we're going to come back at the end. But I'm going to go ahead and work this one while I'm at it. Very thin at the tip. That may have been where it was catching. It looks all right. Put a little extra pressure at the pivot area. That looks good. We're going to move on. Yeah, I appreciate everybody watching out there. 113 people watching, so at least stepped up a little bit. Hope you'll hit that thumbs up button, and also hope you'll subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas out. We get a little bit of income from our YouTube channel every month. And so that's why I continue to do it, is because I get a little money off of it. Helps defer some cost of some abrasives and so forth. I think this has just been sharpened to death. Wow. There's only so much I can do with this one. You can see how thin that blade is. All right, I'm going to convex it a little bit. Just a hair. looks good. We're going to move on. I think it's going to cut much better than it did. I'll make a note to him and say, you need to replace these. These are about worn out. We still got a pretty clean ride line. A little bit more. Looks good. Looks real good. Looks good. Gonna ramp the teeth a little bit. See, one little issue right there. Our washer in there. Feel nice. Feel crisp. No hang. No binding of the teeth. Very smooth. Smoother than they were when we started. Still not doing very well. Still not cutting crisp. Hair is all that counts. Still feel a little pull. Let me go buff them. May have them too tight. There we go. That's much better. I had them too tight. There we go. All right, look at the mess I made. I need to clean my work area up. All right, let's get those last ones done and get this over with. All right, so we put a new bumper on there. I just need to trim that up. All right. So we did not sharpen these, so we need to sharpen them. We know they're folding hair, or know they wouldn't cut through one-ply tissue. They're nasty, I know that. Very thin ride lines. Clean that pivot area out. It's got some rust in it. Barbers don't clean their shears like they should. These are beveled edge. Let's see if we can put a clean ride line on them. Check the set. Looks good, nice and even. A little bit more. I think we're good. A little bit right there. That looks good. I got a big mess here. I gotta get rid of some of this hair. Really need to change out these abrasives. I'm glad this is the last shear.